Right now, the United Nations is seeking to regulate the Internet. Members of the International Telecommunication Union meeting in Geneva are discussing a pending treaty that could grant foreign governments greater control over the World Wide Web. Chief Washington correspondent James Rosen live in Washington with what this means for you and me. James.
Well, let's begin at the beginning here, John. Meeting in Geneva today are representatives from the 193 nations that are members of an obscure United Nations agency called the International Telecommunication Union, or ITU. These cyber diplomats, if you will, are in turn preparing for a major conference in Dubai in December, where they will all seek, the U.S. included, to update the international regulations on telecom that were adopted back in 1988. FCC Commissioner Robert McDowell, an appointee of President George W. Bush, claimed last week that the so-called BRIC countries, Brazil, Russia, India, and China, and their allies among developing nations, want to use this conference to subject the Internet to greater international control.
So that's everything from economic regulation of the Internet to the administration of domain names like .com and .org and things like that, but also engineering standards, cybersecurity, and privacy, among many other ideas. And we see the effort this time much more organized than in the past.
In a statement, an American ITU official based in New York told Fox News, quote, ITU's members do not want heavy-handed regulation and a return to the old days of accounting rates and government-controlled telecommunications. The statement continued, there are no proposals on the table that would impact access to or freedom of the Internet. And recent statements by members of the Obama administration made at the Brookings Institution suggest that the administration will not allow any international conference to roll back the innovation and job creation that the Internet has spawned.
It is incumbent upon us to convince other nations that enshrining the Internet in an international treaty will not accomplish these goals. The framework simply will not fit.
Internet usage has skyrocketed from 16 million users back in 1995 to nearly 1.5 billion users today, including me and you, John.
That's for sure. I trust they emailed you that statement over the Internet, right?
Indeed,
yeah.
Exactly.
Interesting. James Rosen, thanks.